So in this video, we are going to talk about people on my channel who disagree with me, because there are many of you. The viewership for my audience is actually around 90% male, and since most of my political content skews extremely feminist, that actually doesn't surprise me at all that there are a lot of people on my channel who prefer my pop culture content to my political content. But for those of you who came to my channel for my pop culture content, or for whatever reason, who disagree with me and have a fundamentally different worldview, but still watch all the way through my political commentary and then give me a well-thought-out argument as to why you disagree with me in the comments section, thank you. I absolutely love that you are here. I so appreciate that you are willing to engage with content you disagree with in an intellectually honest way. That actually means so much to me, and I have so much respect for people who do that. And the reason I have so much respect for it is it's clear that you're making an obvious effort to understand the worldview of a person even though you disagree with them. And for me, that is just so much more valuable than having a conversation with someone who just agrees with me. And don't get me wrong, people who agree with me, I love that you're here. I love that we share some common ground in terms of ideology. That's awesome. But I'm especially excited about the people who are willing to give my channel a chance even though they disagree with me. I think there is so much value in that, and I think there's a lot of strength and intellectual honesty and intellectual curiosity in that I just really appreciate. And I see it on almost every political video I post. There's one or two, or it's sometimes more, people who will post a long, drawn-out comment explaining exactly why they disagree with me, and they don't call me names, and they're not an abusive dick about it. They just explain why they disagree, and so then I respond. And I have a rule. I respond to the tone I am given. So the first group of people we're talking about here, I respond to the respectful tone they give me, because they approached me and my argument with honesty and respect. It's only fair to approach them and their argument with honesty and respect. If you disagree with me and you write out a comment and you give me a source for your argument, I will read that source. I will read the hell out of that source, and I will give it a fair chance. I really will. I promise you that. The second group of people that disagree with me, and these are mostly incels and mostly explain why 20% of my views are coming from Reddit, they mostly just call me a feminazi cunt or an ugly bitch or a hideous fat troll and then yell at me for not debating with them. I'm sorry, what reaction were you expecting? Just because you can be childish and call people names doesn't really mean that it makes you edgy or cool, and there's nothing of value to be had in a conversation with you. If you're the kind of person who doesn't approach my content with any kind of intellectual honesty, if you're the kind of person who disagrees with what I'm saying because I'm saying it, regardless of any actual arguments I've made, I have nothing to offer you on this channel. I have nothing to offer you in the way of a debate, and I'm not going to waste my time on a debate with an intellectually dishonest person. I'm not going to do that. I have really serious tendinitis in my right hand because at work I type all day and I also write all day, and at home I type and I write and I draw and I play games and I do things with my hands. I have tendinitis in my right hand to the point where I'm teaching myself to draw and write with my left. Writing comments is actually physical effort for me to a point. I'm not going to put that effort into a troll unless I think that I can get some funny screen caps out of it. That's all I'm looking for with you people. I will respond to the tone you give me, and if the tone you give me is disrespectful abuse, the tone I will give you is disrespectful abuse. Because I don't think at any point, if you act in an abusive fashion, it doesn't warrant any compassion or kindness from me. It doesn't. I don't owe you anything. I expressed my opinion on the internet and you decided to be an abusive dickbag about it. Cool. Alright, what the fuck do you think I owe you? I'm not going to have some kind of debate with someone who I know isn't actually interested in debate. You're interested in being a pigeon and knocking all over the pieces and shitting all over the board like you won without paying any attention to any arguments I might make. So there's no point in debating with you, and I'm not going to waste time doing so. It's not that I'm scared, because, yeah, your arguments are easy to refute when you actually bother to make arguments at all. But first of all, you usually don't make arguments, you just call me ugly and then say, that's why you're wrong. Okay, I mean, if all you have to say to me is that I'm ugly, then I've won. If you have to resort to nothing but ad hominem, then I've won. So cool, keep on posting your abusive comments, keep on using argumentum ad hominem and then talking about how good at debate you are. Because honestly, it's a blast for me. I get amazing screenshots and those bring so much traffic to my Facebook page because people love them. They spend hours just laughing at you. And I do too, because I can't take these comments seriously, they're not serious. They're just a bunch of edgy trolls who think that they're so cool because they could trigger a feminist on the internet. Please. Please. And I know most of you are like 17, so that's the other reason is that you're probably going to look back on yourself in about 5 years and just go, oh no, why? Because that's what I did when I grew up. I was actually pretty anti-feminist in high school, and then I went to college, and then I went, oh, and then I felt like an asshole. So that's probably what's going to happen to you if you're an angry teenager in my comment section. So be prepared for that. I'm not going to give you anything. I'm not going to approach an intellectually dishonest person with intellectual honesty. I don't owe you that. And even if I did, I'm petty. Not going to do it. It's as simple as that. But if you're willing to watch my content, even though you disagree with me, you're willing to listen to my arguments, even if you find some of them unpalatable, and then you tell me why in a detailed way, that is awesome. I really, really appreciate it. Believe it or not, I actually do not want an echo chamber on this channel. I really value the diverse audience that I've managed to cultivate with my content, and having perspectives that disagree with me forces me to check myself. It forces me not to be intellectually lazy, and it makes me have to do the legwork with defending my arguments and defending my point of view and finding sources and doing that work to keep proving my argument. And that's great for me. That is such a good mental exercise for me, and I appreciate when people basically make me do that. So if you disagree with me, please keep letting me know and let me know why in detail, and I will respond to you. I look forward to so many interesting and productive conversations with people who just have a different worldview than me. In conclusion, you don't have to identify as a feminist to be a good person. You don't have to agree with me all the time to be a good person. I'm not judging you or mad at you if you disagree with me or come from a different perspective than I do. I'm interested in learning about you and why you think the way you do and why we disagree. And I find that analyzing why you disagree often leads to finding a lot more common ground where you do agree. As long as you care about the rights of people of all genders and people of all colors and people of all races and nationalities and origins and people of all sexualities, as long as you care about the rights intrinsically of all human beings and you're willing to fight for those, how we get to that conclusion is semantics. It really is. Whatever intellectual way you need to rationalize why you care about people, I don't care, as long as you care about people. As long as you have empathy, I think you're a good person. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be you don't have to be a feminist. And you don't have to be an SJW either. Just treat other people with decency and respect, and keep engaging with content you disagree with. I really, really value your intellectual honesty, and I so look forward to seeing more of it. That is everything I have for you on this subject. If you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below. If you like my videos, subscribe and hit that little notification bell for updates. And if you dislike my videos, as usual, I'm absolutely positive that you will be telling me so. Have a great rest of your day, my dudes. Be Zane.